What's up, fellas? I'm Rawk, and today I'm joined with AZ and Rip. They are two very good friends of mine who are both very knowledgeable at the game. Rip has tons of hours in this game, tons of hours in Vermintide. When I say tons, I mean thousands. And AZ is up there as well with probably like 1,500 hours. And uh,
Yeah.
also, AZ knows a lot about the coding of this game and can just dive into the source code and make a mod if he so desires. And he does have mods, and I can link those down in the description below. But regardless of all that, I have two very knowledgeable people here with me, and we're talking about the current state of staff Psyker. And so I guess I'll let you guys introduce yourself first. So, Rip, say hi.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm a Twitch streamer and YouTuber,
There you go.
and I love this game, and I've played it for many, many hours.
Wonderful. Go check out Rip. He is an up and coming YouTuber, and he makes really good stuff. And he also has really good streams too. And AZ, introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm AZ. People call me AZ, but I usually go by Az. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You know, happens. But yeah. Like Rox was saying, I make a bunch of mods for Dark Tide. I
The best mods.
reverse engineered. Well, I haven't personally reverse engineered it, but I look through all of the decompiled code for the Dark Tide scripting and pretty familiar with how like stuff in this game works. And I play a shit ton of Dark Tide, so you know, a lot of Psyker too. It's my favorite class. But yeah,
Yeah, and
let's freaking go.
AZ didn't say
Psyker
it.
main, don't trust them.
Oh,
AZ didn't say it, but AZ's also started a YouTube channel, and it's a lot of like stuff that is not really well known throughout the community. Stuff like I'm not going to give away what they're working on right now, but just they talk about uh, like how different blessings and interactions with all that kind of work within each other, because they're kind of not really shown to you in the game. You kind of have to dig deeper beyond that, and so a good source of knowledge is easy when it comes to that kind of thing. So they're an up and coming YouTube channel as well, so I will link both of these guys in the description down below. But so today what we're talking about is staff psycher, and yeah, so I think let's all just get the elephant out of the room here. The Purge staff, for newer players, it's the Inferno staff, is pretty broken. That's, I think we can all agree with that. And yeah, what do you guys think? So I guess we'll just start
well,
there.
I would like to put yeah. For me, I'd like to put an asterisk there. I think it has the potential to be the most broken staff on Psyker, but it's also one that is to get underutilized a lot as well by like newer Psyker players or players that don't really understand like the whole synergy with the Inferno staff. But yeah, I think it has potential to be the best staff on Psyker, like if you know how to play it right.
Mm-hmm.
By far.
Yeah, and it's going to be a hard thing to balance for those reasons.
Yeah, true. Like, yeah, there's just a bunch about the staff that I mean, the main thing is just Soul Blaze is so strong, especially when you get a bunch of stacks of it. I think that's like probably the biggest thing about it was just how much Soul Blaze you can stack with. Well, that's like one thing, right? It's like there's a bunch of different factors about the Inferno stuff that make it so great on Psyker. Not even to mention like all the talents that synergize with it, the like the whole Soul Blaze mechanic, just getting exponential damage scaling, all the blessings that you can put on the Inferno staff to synergize with Soul Blaze. I mean, it's a lot. Like It's like a surprising amount that can make
Yeah, when it
Inferno
all
really good.
culminates, when
Mhm.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all those synergies culminate, it's like devastating to the enemy. Like you can clear 60, 100, you can scale it really. You could have 200 armor in front of you and take them out in what, 10 seconds, something like that. As long as they're
Yeah,
stacked up.
right, like it's a horde clear weapon, but also if you abuse all mechanics that scale the damage for you, like with rending and all this like stuff that just changes all the damage is pretty much made on it. I mean, just do a bunch of damage. Like, yeah, you pretty much can just delete anything that you see in front of you.
Yeah. So I think it's a problem when you give a staff a role. Like you can see that the intentions behind when they made this thing that okay, yeah, it clears hordes really well, and it's like say the trauma staff. Oh, it has really good stagger and can
Yeah, CC. It's
really
really
good
good co-op
CC,
controller.
and the surge staff, the electrokinetic staff, that this is good for single target and good for like I don't think it was built for managing hordes. I think that's a misconception about it. I think it's built for its crits and its left click, you want to call it. So it's basically like a free ammo veteran or something. And with the Void Blast, who fucking knows what they were planning with that thing? That thing just, I think they just wanted to give Psyker a plasma gun. I don't know, but
Yeah, I was gonna say it kind of is like it kind of is like Psyker's plasma gun in a way, because it's supposed to be like, oh, you have this big ball that can like kind of chunk a thing in front of you, or it can also be good for sniping stuff. Like, I think it's supposed to be like a versatile weapon. Whereas
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
That can't kill 5 horde enemies in front of it. Shut them.
That's so true. Um, yeah, like I think like the electrokinetic stuff, like that one is good for just sniping and like locking down a singular enemy, because that's pretty much all it can do. Unless you build like the warp ball build, you just spam balls with it.
hmm
But yeah,
but still, like
also the fact that it has like crit, yeah.
yeah, like I think they're all very unique staffs and all very fun to play. But when you look into Havoc, all you see is you might find the rare trauma user, which if you're a trauma user, welcome to my party, friend. Because I
I
do
straight
love
up,
myself. I love myself the
I don't
trauma.
think I've ever seen one.
Yeah, they're very rare, but all you see is just purge staff psychers, and inferno staff
And
psychers,
that's a
and
problem.
that's generally a problem. It makes people see psyker as one dimensional, and kind of so as we were saying earlier, like all these staffs, they had the intention of doing a role for the team, like having a role. And when the Inferno staff, when it fulfills every single role that we just listed, that were intended for each staff, that's a problem. When it's doing things better than uh, any other class, honestly, like you're just out damaging everything just for holding down right click. And if you're running Shriek, then you're even pumping up that damage even more. You're like nothing in the game can compete with the power level of the Inferno staff, and I think that's a problem.
What do you
Yeah,
guys think of that? Um, a bubble perg staff, I don't think is actually too bad. I don't think it's too egregious. It could still be scaled a little bit, but
yeah. That's something I wanted to bring up too. Is like how Psyker's talents and abilities actually synergize with the Inferno staff. So one big way to like increase your damage on the Inferno staff is actually just to use Shriek with Warp Siphon. So you get that cooldown lock. You get that huge cooldown reduction on your Shriek, and then you get that synergy with the talent that gives you like it's like a 10% chance on any Soul Blaze kill to get your Warp Siphon up. yeah, then you get sick. You get the talent that gives you 6 stacks of that, and you're literally shouting like every 5 to 7 seconds. It's actually insane.
And,
Um,
and
but yeah,
explain
big
what
synergy.
explain why that is so powerful uh to
Oh
be
yeah,
shouting.
yeah. So yeah, like so the big thing with Shriek is um so based on like your power level, like 0 to 80 like 80 to 84%, you actually get a increase in how many stacks it actually applies Soul Blaze to the target. So like at 80% peril, you actually put 6 stacks of Soul Blaze. And the thing about the Soul Blaze stacks actually they aren't capped until you hit 32 stacks of Soul Blaze. So if you have your cooldown low enough, you can literally Shriek enough to just stack like 32 stacks on like everything that's in front of you. And now, granted, it's like a very very rare thing to happen, but like if you have a right combination of elites and stuff in front of you, like it's not that hard to do in Havoc. Like you will pretty much do that all the time if you have Shriek up.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is like the reason that synergy the reason that thing is so powerful is because the Inferno Staff is the thing that's actually like putting a little bit of Soul Blaze on everything. So actually get that Soul Blaze proc on Warp Siphon to get your stacks up and just make it so your cooldown goes down a lot. It's like every
So,
other staff in the game, you either have to take a blessing to get Soul Blaze, like as a like even as a partial mechanism. So I can't remember what the blessing is called, but it's the one that applies Soul Blaze on crit attacks, right? Or is it just normal attacks? I can't remember.
it's on crits. So
Yeah, yeah.
which for one, it's it's below the electrokinetic staff in its how much crit it has, but the Inferno staff has a very high number of crit. So like the amount of crits that you're putting on,
Hmm.
like you're putting Soul Blaze on enemies for free. And uh, with these other staffs, like the Trauma staff or the uh, Void Blast for newer players, or the Void Strike,
Yeah,
like these have lower crit rates. So I think that the Trauma is actually the lowest, and you have to take a blessing just to apply Soul Blaze, but the Inferno staff does it for free essentially, and you don't
yeah.
even
It's
get
like
to
Those other
stack
staffs
it.
it's like a
also have
building
lower.
mechanism.
Those other staffs also have lower caps.
Yep. And
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, like that the blessing that only goes up to 8 stacks, while the Inferno staff goes up to 15. 15 or 16 if you get a crit.
that's
What's
no
it? You need to
But
get the
blessings.
yeah,
crit at 14, right?
but yeah,
S-
just to clarify with like the crit stuff, all the stabs have a base. They all have the same base crit of like plus 0%. So it's like whatever crit modifier they actually have on your from like your perks, your blessings, your talent tree. But the only exception to that is actually the electrokinetic staff, which actually it has a plus 20% crit on top of that. So that stuff actually crits a lot, like specifically. But yeah, the
I
Inferno staff, even with like you just use it so much that the crit gets averaged out to be like very smooth. You will crit like pretty consistently.
Hmm.
That's why I feel so
I,
good to crit with it.
to put it in perspective, at 16 Soul Blaze stacks on Flak, Unarmored, and Unyielding, it's 197 damage. So if you get to full stacks of to double that, right, we're looking at 394 damage per tick.
And adding in this is a good segue into how these synergies of the blessings and different talent nodes like rending and stuff like that uh, can
Hmm.
actually like skyrocket this damage. Um, where like say you have uncanny strike on your dueling sword or your combat blade, uh, those ticks of soul blaze are going to be doing much more damage because you're applying rending, so it's just basically uh, just gonna melt through armor. is, I guess, the easiest way to explain it.
Yeah. It's actually not that hard to explain it either. So Soul Blaze, when you're hitting anything that has like Carapace armor, for example, actually everything that has Carapace armor, except the what is it? It's like one of the Ragers that has Carapace as well. That one doesn't actually count as Carapace armor. He actually counts as flak. But anyway, the uh, pretty much the only enemy they have to worry about for Soul Blaze is the Crusher, because he has a his base armor is actually Carapace. And when Soul Blaze actually hits Carapace, the damage gets multiplied by like 0.1. So you're only doing 10% of your base damage from Soul Blaze to Carapace, and that's exactly what Rending fixes. So the moment you have like just for example, like if someone puts like 40% Brodonus or something, that's 40% Rending. So you're you're multiplying your damage by like 40. What's it like? It's not 10 times. It's like 4 times. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. I am kind of rambling a little bit, but basically, if you can get someone to consistently put Rending on stuff, either through Brodonus or something like Uncanny Strike on your weapon, you can get your damage to get multiplied a bunch on like armor specifically, and it's actually so good at deleting it too.
And you already have the base if you have Penetrating Flame.
Yep.
You
Penetrating.
can just build up off that really fast. So you can rend them super fast.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's all these ways to just multiply that damage on like every kind of target as well. And also,
the
let's talk about
talent node.
dimensions too. What that's why it's so good on non-armor stuff as well, because your base damage gets multiplied by like 50%, like more on like flak and unarmored stuff. So it just by default just clears that kind of stuff as well, like really easily.
Mm-hmm.
I think a good way to like look at just how powerful it is. What is it on Refinery, the beginning, where you have the choke point?
Yep.
So
I was gonna say
you basically get
too.
you basically get a ton of armor right at the beginning that you can choke, right? So say you have your Ogren and Zealot, on the front line. They kill 4 elites, right? And in that same time that they killed 4 elites, you have now just killed 25 armored behind them in the same time.
Oh,
yeah,
I think you're referring to Relay, but yes, I get your point. Yep.
Relay. Sorry.
Yep. The very like where Purge Staff. Like where it succeeds the most. I mean, this goes for any staff. Is linear hallways, and so with the infinite cleave, the only thing that could stop a Purge Staff from cleaving through everything is a bulwark can't, but 2 bulwarks back to back. But that's rarely going to ever happen, So basically, you're just shooting through all these enemies and applying this damage to them through your brittleness, through penetrating flame, which I even see some people don't even take that when it's like super powerful. Penetrating flame and blaze away is just so good. And plus the talent node of plus 10 rending when your peril is above 80%. That's also going to apply to armor damage and all this stuff together. You're going to be deleting screens while your team's just fighting to kill one crusher, And
at least in Havoc 40.
Yeah.
At least in Havoc 40.
I think a good place that I would probably want to see it is like while they're killing those 4 elites in the front, you get the rest of them, to like a little bit above half health. And then everybody can do work on killing the armor and work together and kill everything. That would be balanced to me, right? Like you helped the team by softening them up.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just outright killing the entire enemy in front of you.
Yeah,
like single-handedly.
because if you look at the scoreboard, like it's like it'd be one thing if it said, "Oh, you have all this damage, but it's all lesser enemies killed." But no, you look at the scoreboard of a Psyker, and they have the most elite kills. They have the most special
Yep.
kills.
Yep.
Like, and it's like, oh well, I think that probably the vet should probably have the most special kills. But no, they don't. The plasma gun can't even keep up with the purge staff. Like people are talking about, oh, we gotta nerf the plasma gun, we gotta nerf the dueling sword. Brother, this thing is taking like this thing puts the plasma gun to shame, and uh, it has no ammo as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew. Like, oh yeah, dude. Also, yeah, I think we already mentioned like stuff on the Psyker as well that synergizes so well with the Inferno stuff and Soul Blaze, but not even to mention that the other classes also play into it as well.
mhm.
Like, you can have the vet applying brittleness to everything if they take the what is that on? I can't remember what that talent's called. It's like onslaught or something.
Yep, onslaught. You could
Oh
have
my god, I got it. Okay.
you could have an ogre with a bully club,
You
or
have focus target. You got
Recon onslaught. Yep.
yeah, and they got stuff on Ogren as well. Oh, Ogren, obviously, someone bringing the bully club. Yeah, they're gonna help you delete stuff, especially with like Skull Crusher, and Thunderous.
mhm.
Like that combo is insane as well. Like that will just skyrocket your damage. But yeah,
But
it's like
but
everything, everything that doesn't. It's like everything that shouldn't work towards the Inferno stuff. Like it just makes it even better.
yeah, like
Like
it might be like
um
less apparent like on the lower levels because like the purge scales with the amount of enemies, right?
Mhm.
yeah, amount of
And their
enemies,
health
amount of
pools.
tankiness as well. Because you got more time to apply dots. Like I think that's the biggest thing too in like Havoc. It's you have so many more enemies that the Purge can touch that are just stacked up and they're so tanky they just start taking on damage. Like they just start taking on like so many stacks.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, um, I kind of feel like the entire meta too. It kind of I think it kind of revolves around it too because like the first kind of meta that popped up was like everybody was running dueling sword, like specifically to counter armor, and then you have the Psyker just like cleaning up whatever horde and stuff. But it's funny because I think that also plays into how the Inferno staff just became so dominant as well, like perceptive wise. From a perception of like the casual people, it's like, oh, I can't deal with all the horde, but just from using a dueling sword. So they kind of resorted to the whole like plasma gun, the Inferno staff to like kind of counter that as well because they're
Yeah, and
over reliant on it actually doing it for them.
I think that that's probably a good place for the purge staff. Like you use it to kill horde a lot faster.
Yeah,
But
it's a
when
great
you
comp.
start putting in there and it's taking out lots of armor at once, that's just like ridiculous. Why is it doing that?
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's like people play into how good the Inferno staff is too, but it's funny because I also feel like at the same time, like if someone doesn't know how to abuse the Inferno staff, like stack Soul Blaze like crazy, it almost underperforms as well. Like
That's true.
you have a bunch of frontliners that just kill everything in front of you. You literally have no time, like especially if you're running bubble, you have no time to put dots on enough dots like meaningfully change your damage.
Yep.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's like if you play into the Inferno staff, it just destroys everything, and it's so good. But at the same time, it's also underpowered if you like if you race to kill everything before it can even touch it. So yeah, it's in a really weird spot, I think. Like
So what is some of your guys' ideas to bring it in line?
So I guess let's kind of so I guess the consensus that we have come upon, and I think this is for more of the experienced players. Uh, so the main focus point that we're getting at is you could throw as many things on the screen as possible to make the game harder. But when you have something like the Inferno Staff with Infinite Cleave, its damage is going to scale exponentially and it's going to nullify everything that the game throws at you. And that's why this is a big problem. This isn't because we want things to be nerfed, the game to be harder. It's because even if they tried to make the game harder, like there's nothing you could do to combat this because it throwing more enemies isn't going to solve the problem. And like that's part of the point that we're trying to make is like, yes, we want the game to be harder, but like, or not harder, but we want it to be just more balanced so that Psyker isn't just this Inferno Staff. And like I think like for me personally, I think a good baseline of a balanced staff is the Trauma Staff. And to go into what Rip was saying, what I believe could be changed. Actually, Rip came up with this idea, so I'll let him take it away with it. But was changing the kind of dot damage that the Inferno applies, that it be a separate thing from Soul Blaze. I've heard him mention that. I don't know if he still wants to.
Yeah, I was juggling that around in my head. I go back and forth with it, but it's like the reason I came up with that idea is because I didn't want to break other staffs and other weapons Soul Blaze, builds, right? Because the problem with Soul Blaze is on the Purge, right? If you nerf Soul Blaze, then you're nerfing everything across the board, and I didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I had a couple ideas, like raise the direct damage of the flame from the Purge staff, and maybe keep the Soul Blaze. But for example, so how like the Soul Blaze works, it's like on the Purge staff, it gives you stacks over time, but if you get a crit, then it'll give you 2 stacks instead of 1, right? I was saying, well, maybe we could rein it in a little bit by removing the crits doubling the Soul Blaze stacks.
And maybe just having it be that only crits apply Soul Blaze, like 1 stack, maybe? Or
I was saying, I mean, you could do it that way, or you could just remove the fact that crits give you extra Soul Blaze stacks, like just by baseline. Like you don't need any blessings or anything from that. That's just how the Purge staff works, right?
mm-hmm.
I kind of have a different like idea of what they could actually change on it. So
Yeah,
the whole
please.
mechanic of like critting to double your Soul Blaze stacks, but like to double up your Soul Blaze rate. I think I think that should be default, right? Like it should be the thing that applies Soul Blaze the best, in my opinion. But the thing is that the cap of the Soul Blaze they can apply. So because the Inferno Staff applies 16, or it can go up to 16, but most times like 15, right? It's like 15 stacks of Soul Blaze. It can go to 16 if you get a crit. But I think what they should actually do with that is lower the cap of the Soul Blaze that it can apply to like 8 or something, but make the rate even higher, so that stuff like the bubble Inferno build that can actually, put a little bit more damage out, especially if people are frontlining. But at the same time, it doesn't get overemphasized on like Shriek builds. So I think it'll lower the damage cap on Shriek builds, but also smooth it out for the bubble builds as well. But yeah, I don't know if I'd really want to change like the mechanic of the Inferno Staff applying like some other kind of dot damage. I think it should just be Soul Blaze, but like they could also change like how Soul Blaze scales as well, because I think that would fix the problem as well.
Yeah,
Like
because I
don't
think
make it exponential. Make it like maybe there could be like some stages to it. Like for example, it's like, oh, when you hit like 32 stacks, it does like double or triple the damage that it originally does. So like it's a lot more manageable of like damage scaling as well, because like you want to be rewarded for like obviously getting as much Soul Blaze as possible, but it shouldn't be so ridiculous where it's like almost like a doubling or exponential increase. Because
Yeah, it's
that's where the real problem is. Really, it's like all of the like you can like tweak how difficult the game is, like how many enemies you throw. But at the end of the day, it's just a ratio problem where like the amount of stuff that you can apply just from Soul Blaze and Inferno, it'll just outscale everything like super hard. Like it's just so good at keeping up with difficulty. Like I think that's the biggest takeaway with like the Inferno stuff. It's just super good at scaling with difficulty. Whereas like other weapons they don't really keep up because like it's like Rocco's saying, it's like they spam enemies at you. They throw more armor, they throw more stuff at you to like deal with, and it's just like, okay, the Inferno stuff just deals up really well. Like it's so good at just keeping up with all difficulty.
And I also think that if it had applied a different dot damage, so dot damage works the same in a lot of ways, like bleed damage or um, burn from like your las gun or uh, flamer, like whatever it be, uh, like they all kind of work the same, and rending makes them do more damage and brittleness, etc. So if it had its own kind of dot damage, then I think it would still be broken in one, like in its own
Yeah,
right,
exactly. Like,
So
yeah, it would still be really good.
um, and so I think it's a really good idea to lower the Soul Blaze cap, because that's where, like, if you look at the scoreboard, the range damage, that's just from what the Inferno staff is just flat out like what it's doing. But like the actual warp fire is what it's called. Uh, if you look at that number is like 4 times what your other damage is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's crazy. And like,
Yeah.
and just to kind of so other staffs, they don't have this like where you can just literally shake your screen and kill, like put all this debuff pretty much on all these enemies. You have to precisely calculate where you put these uh I guess attacks. So like the trauma staff, you have to do an AoE on the ground. Like I think the trauma staff is very engaging, and just somehow it's like I don't think they could cap the infinite cleave on it, because that's so hard to do. But maybe decrease the range at which it applies damage. Like I know that would be hard for people with empathic evasion, but
Yeah.
it's a really
So
hard thing
I
to fix. I don't know with
I
that.
I
I
was
think
gonna
that
I was gonna say too, like, yeah, like the infinite cleave problem, you pretty much it's that thing is probably gonna be the hardest thing to solve about the Inferno stuff, just by the way that the weapon is designed. Because even if they have like a cleave target cap on it, or well like the weapons like hitbox, whatever, that they get modified by cleave damage. So like for example, if you like hit some enemy and it goes through and it hits another enemy, like there's a damage reduction with that on like melee weapons and stuff. But even if they do that on the Inferno staff, it's still gonna play the dot damage, and that's the thing that still does a lot of damage. So if they put like a massive cleave damage reduction on it, like it's just gonna exacerbate the fact that Soul Blaze is just doing all your damage.
yeah, I think that raising the direct damage of the staff and de-emphasizing the dots on it, I think is probably the best way to go. Maybe even make
I
some
think
sort
that'd
of
be a good way to
system
do it
where
too.
you do like more damage the closer things are to you, so you can
Oh
like
yeah,
feel like you have agency, right? But like it's still damaging, it's still cleaving, right? It's just doing less damage the farther it goes. So you're not killing things, across the map or through walls, things like that.
I actually think that's a great way to balance it too. Like
Mhm.
de-emphasize the Soul Blaze of it, but make it so that Inferno, that little spout that it does, that's directly dealing damage. But that should be the thing that's doing the damage for you.
Yes.
Because it'd be in line with all the other stats at that point. I feel like I think it should still apply Soul Blaze. Like that should be the thing it does uniquely. It's like the Soul Blaze is there for clearing the horde, but then you have that little spout that just it's like actually dealing damage as well, like for you.
Yeah, I think it would even make the staff feel better to use, more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you're still gonna be. It's still gonna be. I feel like the meta even with that, it's like you're gonna be shaking the screen around still because that's gonna be so good. Like, dude, imagine if it was like a laser beam or something, and it like
Wigglemancer.
look I'm just thinking of Vermintide right now, but like it's like a little laser
Oh,
beam.
I knew you were.
But like it like saws through enemies. That'd be so cool. I don't know, maybe a different weapon idea, but yeah. Honestly, I think having a damage fall off, yeah, because it'd be a lot easier to manage a damage fall off as well. Like the closer stuff is to you, that's where your real damage is gonna come from, right? Like that, I think that's a great idea. Like having it so that stuff close to you dies really easily, but stuff that's really far away, you just can't really deal with. Like I think that's a great way to balance it.
Because then it would leave room for other
It
classes
would
to
make
fulfill their
you
role, and
exactly.
and it'd also make you like more of an aggressive player, which
Yes.
which is what like I find a good psyker is somebody who is very aggressive, and like kind of like not always just kind of cowering back, but like honestly like up there in the shit, like just fucking like maybe like right behind the ogre
Yeah.
or some shit, like not like right behind it, but you know like because honestly as a psyker you're just as much of a pace setter as your frontliners, and especially if you're on like I can dive in on trauma bubble. That's why I love it so much, is because I can just literally just like dive into a group of gunners, plant my bubble. I got my trauma staff, or if I'm running shriek trauma, I can dive in with shriek and just like trauma all these guys down, CC them all. And I'm a psyker, you know, uh, like I think that they could be very versatile in that way, and it would make it more engaging as well. Because like I don't think like I know a lot of psychers enjoy this, just kind of sitting back and just seeing that number go up, seeing big damage, and I just think that for like enjoyment, like this is my opinion speaking. This is not for everyone, but the way to make it engaging would just to not just sit there and hold a button, and
Also,
Variety, yes.
yeah, that reminds me. That reminds me too. Like the build that the build I was running recently with Psyker, like it's literally the electrokinetic staff, and it's literally a gunstriker build, and that thing lets me dive so freaking hard. Like I'm basically like a zealot on crack, dude. That build is so fun to me because
yeah,
it's almost like you become a hyper aggressive psyker. Like you're super melee focused, but at the same time, you have tools to let you get in really close. Like assails and just shooting the warp balls like really fast to like stagger enemies a little bit so you can actually get really close. That's fun to me. And and snipe as well. But yeah. But
I love that
also
risk versus
super
reward
good.
playstyle.
Oh, it's super good,
dude. Like
it abuses empathic so much.
And
oh man,
AZ was the one who inspired me to start playing Gunstriker and posting Gunstriker content for a little bit on this channel. And because I was like, I was told that Gunstriker is selfish and not like viable in Havoc 40. That's what I was told. And then
that, man. Oh my
I'm not gonna drop names
heard
here. I'm not gonna drop names here because he's
fair.
A friend of mine. But like I was like, damn, it's so damn fun though, And then I see AZ just fucking tearing shit up with it, and I'm like, okay, it is viable. And I could tell the person who said that changed his mind about it. And it's not naming names, but it's a super fun way to play the game. And if like, so a lot of us in the Discord have been going back and playing Vermintide. Like I've never experienced it. AZ's never experienced it. Rip started his whole Twitch streaming career on Vermintide, and we're seeing how Sienna, which is the Psyker version of that game, is so versatile. But what's happening with this game is everyone's being thrown into this one build, and like that's not good. You know?
Yeah, that now that you bring it up,
Yeah.
Sienna actually had a problem with dots as well, that they had to rein it in. I think it was Lingering Flame, which is like a talent that basically lets dots sit on them until they die, right? Like they don't disappear. So it's
Yeah.
like the dots are really a problem in these types of games. That like they have to be controlled, or
Yeah.
like if they get too powerful and it becomes too easy, and then it messes up like flows of the game and like the feel of it, right?
Yeah, good, dude. It's yeah. I mean, dots are huge. I mean, dots are also a big problem too, in a way, because they're some of the only kinds of damage that doesn't interact with like a lot of the mechanics of. I mean, other than applying them, which can be affected by like cleave and all that, cleave targets. Um, like after they're applied, the kind of damage they do is not like scaled by a lot of these other mechanisms that like, like swing a sword or whatever it just does. Like the moment you put the dot on there, it's doing its job like 100% efficiently. Other than like rending and all that. Like this is pretty much the only thing that can reduce it. And soul blade. And like strength as well. Like strength can also scale dot damage. Which I feel like a lot of people don't even know either. Which is why Blaze Away is so good too. Not even to mention, it's like everything is just feeding back into like dot damage, just absolutely destroying stuff.
So what we were talking about how rending affects the dots. If we were to change that interaction, what do you think like ripples it would have, like with the other classes and stuff? If we just removed rending from affecting all dots, what do you think would change there?
Okay, well I think Psyker would be the most directly affected. That would be just a direct nerf to the Inferno stuff, I think, like just straight up. What is it? The what other I know Bleed has a little bit of rending, but it's not nearly as like multiplicative as on Soul Blaze. Because I remember. So Bleed actually has like a 0.25% rending or no armor damage multiplier on Carapace, if I remember correctly. So it doesn't get scaled nearly as hard by rending, but it's still pretty good. But it would definitely nerf bleed as well, which I don't think that'd be a bad thing necessarily.
So do you think that tweaking the values of the multiplication?
I wouldn't even mind. I don't even think removing rending from dot damage would be a bad idea. Like,
yeah, because
like,
I think that would fix. So like people say like the bully club is broken, and why is it broken? Because yes, it has thunders and skull crusher, but also the bleed damage. The bleed damage that it applies. Yeah, so like that would fix the bully club. Like at least to a certain degree.
I think to a certain extent.
And
yeah, that's a whole other discussion.
Yeah, but not even getting into that, but like, yeah. So it's a really tough thing to fix here, I think. But I think we have some good ideas. Let me know in the comments down below like what you guys think could be changed. So I did write down some other talking points here. I don't know if you guys have anything else to chip in on that.
I think we covered it.
I think we covered it pretty well. Maybe there'll be something we'll think about when we talk about the other stuff. Because we've been kind of rambling on the Inferno stuff a while.
Yeah. So my other point that I wrote down was the Psyker have anything else in his kit, because I know in the comments people are going to be like, well, Purge is like the only thing that's viable. But I think this is not just a discussion about how I guess I could even like make this into a separate video, because like we're going on about 45 minutes here, but like
yeah.
What?
But Yeah,
It's been 45
background
minutes.
it's been
content
it's
anyway.
been it's
You
been
put this in the
45.
background listen.
And uh, yes, he does, but like I think what we want to happen is for all the staffs, whatever you call it, to be kind of put onto the same level as the trauma, because that's honestly perfectly fine for the game. Like I think that's not game breaking or anything. I think it's honestly perfect, um, and
Yeah.
like Gunpsyker is very viable. Like and I think one big
It,
problem that people are going to have maybe with the reception of this video is Psyker is very squishy. He's a glass cannon. Um, and yes, I think that's a problem. Uh, I don't know, because like he's hard to play, but he's also I don't know. I don't know
it
what,
needs
what
to
I'm really
feel
getting at here.
rewarding.
Should be
Yeah.
like I guess I don't know how often this will be, but like I think Psyker as a class should be high. Like I think Rip was saying this as well. It's like a high risk, high reward, high damage class, which is why I think Gunstriker is probably the most balanced out of them because
Hmm.
outside I mean honestly outside of empathic evasion, it's like you're such a squishy character. You're literally gonna get two shot by Poxwalkers in Havoc 40. You're gonna just get immediately deleted by every kind of elite that
Yep.
shoots you. So it's like you can't make it any more. I don't think you really can make it any more glass cannon than it already is in Havoc 40.
As isn't exaggerating though.
And then
If you don't have full
yeah, I'm not
toughness,
even
you will
exaggerating.
die from 2 hits
You literally
Yeah.
will just get,
from a Poxwalker.
if you
Yeah.
if you don't dodge or block any of it, like I do remember because like I remember like you literally just turn your brain off for like a split second. Something will just hit behind you like a little Poxwalker. It just gives you corruption. Oh
Yep.
no, I didn't even mention that, dude. I didn't even mention that. It corrupts you just enough to kill you straight up.
Yep. They were literally like there's like as Gunpsyker, good luck actually going down and getting revived unless you're
You
shot.
straight up need to use all
Uh,
the mechanics you can.
Yeah,
Like,
because you're gonna take so much corruption from like a rager hit or like whatever it be that you're just gonna fold over. But like the potential for high damage is like dude, the great sword
yeah.
with heavy las pistol, like chef's kiss. Like that is like peak dark tad right there. It's really balanced, very high rewarding, but you're also very squishy.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say too, like, I think a great segue as well is to like talk about how Havoc kind of plays into this as well. Like, what do you guys think about that? Just like how I think honestly, like Havoc as well, sort of is changing like how people play like perceive Psyker as well.
Yeah, like that's why I've been like talking about variety so much. It's like we need variety in the game, and when everybody is pigeonholing you into specific builds, it just becomes like boring after a while.
Mhm.
So it's like
Yeah.
doing like these discussions about balancing is important. Like we're not trying to ruin anyone's fun. Like of course we want Psyker to be a glass cannon that is really powerful, right? But it can't be too powerful.
I think a good way of describing what Rip said is we're not trying to ruin anybody's fun, but we're trying to make like because what's fun about video games is uh, having the ability to like or about any video game with a class is having the ability to have different play styles, and I think that everyone thinks they have to run this one thing with Psyker, and it's just like I mean, just look at Party Finder. It's all the same. Every single one of them. And like and I don't think I don't think anybody with the right mind thinks that's a good thing because that's not what tide games are about. Tide games are
No.
about having variety and like leaning into
Growing your skill.
yeah, and it's exactly.
I was gonna say too, as well. Like on top of this, like so like my own personal opinion about this is like if you have to nerf the Inferno staff to bring up other options, I don't even know if that's the best option either because at the end of the day, you can always play with a group of friends that you know, you can just be like, okay, I don't want to play the Inferno staff. Nobody will pick the Inferno staff. All of a sudden, it's like your own kind of game. Like, you get to pick how you play these games. You find 3 other people that like, you know, are good enough for you for like that are good are great players, and you know, just like make the game super fun in your own way. That's why I love Darktide. That's why I love Vermintide. Like these games, they're not PvP, so you don't have to run meta. Like, I think that's what makes them great. It's all about your own skill, and it's about bringing up your skill level if you want to, which I guess it's like if we have to nerf Inferno staff to make people play more variety, I don't think that's gonna be healthy for the game in a certain way. But at the same time, uh, I guess there's like two sides of this argument as well. It's like, do we want Darktide to be like this hyper competitive game for everybody that everybody has to compete in, or do we want this to be like a game that has a very high skill ceiling that people can like invest their time into, and like not for anyone that's, you know, wants to wind down or whatever, like just get their Havoc 40 trophies and just be done with it. I don't know.
mean,
It's really hard to say.
I think it could be for everyone, you know, like I don't think anybody should gatekeep Havoc 40, right? It's
yeah.
like if people want to try it out that and they progress through the ranks, then they earned it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like I completely agree with that too. Like I think Havoc 40 should be like, if you're dedicated enough to like want to do it, you should just get Havoc 40. Like that should just be an in-game goal for you. Now, I guess the other side of that as well, it's like we want challenging content that is gate capped. Like I think that's what people really wanted with Havoc 40, and it's just not the reality anymore. Like Havoc
Yeah.
40 is such an attainable thing now, like for everybody.
Mhm.
And it was when it came out too. Like all the strategies that people came up with to like basically put a bridge up and just like let people get in Havoc 40 and get their trophies and stuff. But yeah,
I
it's
think to
really hard
cap it, I think to cap it off, it'd be like, come on, Fat Shark, just put in Twitch mode so anybody can scale their experience the way they want. How about
Oh my god,
that?
so true.
How
Yeah.
about that? So
That's what
everyone
they
will be
kind of wanted to do
happy.
with I think that's what they wanted with the Arc mode. It's like, oh, that's like the Twitch mode of Darktide, I feel like. But also at the same time, I think the biggest problem with Havoc 40, it wants to be the in-game mode, but at the same time, it's also positioning itself with like stuff that you can earn and stuff. So it's not entirely about the gameplay. It's about like what you can earn as well, and in some way, like clout, whatever. Because people eat up Havoc 40 content. They want to be in Havoc 40,
Hmm.
but when you compare to like something like Vermintide, honestly, this is a great comparison too. Like people don't really necessarily want to be in those modded high difficulties. They'll watch them and be like impressed by the people who actually can play those difficulties and like get rewarded and stuff. Which is why I think those like tourney things are so awesome.
Yeah. The Dutch
But it's
Spice.
like the highest casual difficulty in Vermintide is just Cataclysm. Like you play Cataclysm, that's pretty much the highest difficulty you need to play, if that makes sense. That's the one that gives you the most
Yeah, it's
out
like
of the game.
the best for both worlds. It's like, okay, casual player, they can get good enough to do Cataclysm, and then
Yes.
if you want to go further than that, you have options, right?
Yeah. Because I feel like,
Nobody's
oh
balancing
yeah,
anything around Twitch mode, but it still works, right? Oh, I got so good that I could deal with 2 bosses. Okay, well, I'll have 3 bosses come in, right? You can scale it up for an infinite skill ceiling.
yeah. Oh, and I was gonna say too, like, I know this is already like very derailed from like the whole Psyker conversation, but like at the same time, yeah, because
Yeah, Rawk, you can edit us
this
out.
this
It's fine. It's fine.
this is yeah, yeah.
I think this is a discussion that we can have for a different day, because I think that the whole Havoc
Yeah.
and all that is something that could, because like one idea that I've wanted to share with people is I think that Oryx is it's alive for a lot of people, but like I think it's a dying mode, which is kind of what Fat Shark wanted in a way. But like I think that like Maelstroms, for example, that they should be like Havoc 20 level difficulty with always monster
Please.
specialists,
Yes.
and because right now like Maelstroms they're a joke because half the time they're hunting grounds or uh, I don't know pox gas with dogs. You know, like it's like a off-brand Twitch mode. You know, uh, and
Yeah.
and like that could be a really fun casual thing for people to just hop on the game, try different builds, no high risk, you know, like if you lose, it's fine, you know, like and because you're not strangled by this D rank system that to achieve this Havoc 40 goal that yeah, it's really cool when you get there, but like uh, then you took all this time climbing to get there using these meta builds, and you finally get there, and you're like, oh, you know, like I kind of want to try something else, but like I've been doing this the whole time, and I think it's kind of making players uh, a little bit okay. This is I'm getting too much into this, and that's a whole different video, but
Actually,
uh,
I think the best way to capstone this as well. It's like I think a lot of about what makes Psyker good is also tied to how the game is being balanced now and how that interacts with Havoc, like Havoc and the high level Havocs, like Havoc 40. Like all of this is so interconnected. It's eventually just gonna suck. You're gonna segue to like any of these topics. I think it's like it's really hard to talk about how Psyker is balanced and like what they could change without like talking about like the direction that like Fat Shark is making to classes to make them fit in like Havoc now, for example. But yeah,
yeah,
I would say like I guess we could kind of like talk more about like what we would change about Psyker as like a class itself, I guess,
yeah,
in the
yeah,
context of
yeah. That was kind of the
staff.
final point that I wanted to get into was what would you change about the other staffs? We can end on that here, just to kind of wrap it up. Like, what would you, or and what would you like to see for a new staff? Or maybe like different. Uh, I don't know. I mean, it's hard with like
I think
talents
this
and
would be a good
stuff,
topic
but
I
actually,
think yeah, it's that's yeah, that we can cover a lot of ground
because we were
there.
yeah because like Rawk was mentioning earlier, we were playing some Vermintide. Like I don't think there was really any particular reason because there was just some people that were burned out on just grinding Havoc basically. But yeah, like Rip was mentioning, it's like Sienna has all these awesome stabs that fill so many niche roles. Or maybe I was talking about this earlier, but yeah, like you have a staff for like boss killing and also special sniping. Then you have one that's specifically for special sniping and elite sniping. You have one for what is it like applying dot damage specifically, and you have one for like creating vortexes on the ground that like cover that are like the area denial sort of stuff. Then you basically have like the dark tide analogs like was it the Conflag staff that is
Yeah, yeah.
basically the trauma staff of Vermintide, and the what was there was one more there was one more. Oh no, yeah, they have the Purge staff obviously, the
Yeah, Flamestorm,
Flamestorm staff, right? But
which
yeah,
isn't a problem in Vermintide.
surprisingly, I mean it
Yeah,
might just be because of team damage, but but yeah, like so much more variety of stabs that like fill these niche roles, and also like talking about Vermintide a little bit more about this as well. It's like the fact that that like quelling peril, how the like peril works as well, which in Vermintide is called overcharge, but like how that sort of forces you to play in a different way too. Like in Vermintide, you pretty much can't spam the staff nearly as much as you can in Darktide without like having like downsides, right? Like because in Vermintide you try to quell, it actually hurt you. Which is, I guess that's kind of like not really that big of a deal at the end of the day because you can just temp HP it back. But yeah. But basically to summarize this, is like I think first of all, Psyker needs more variety in stabs. Basically, to, like, fill some roles that are clearly missing. Like, there's no direct boss killing staff unless you count like the Inferno staff, which it kind of is. It's not like crazy boss
Yeah,
damage.
it's not too crazy, but
Unless
it
you
can
do
get it
rips,
done with the
unless you
right
do
build.
unless you do that Hobo build where it's like doing all this the empathic evasion, not the empathic, empowered psionics with brain brain burst, yeah. But it's not even
Yep.
using the staff. It's not the staff itself doing that. It's the synergy of all the blessings and stuff. But yeah, like I'd really love to see like Psyker get like a bunch more like I don't know if a bunch more is necessary, but like more stabs to like fill out roles and stuff, and maybe reworking the existing ones to like cater to more like role categories. Because I feel like right now, and maybe this is just like a constraint of Havoc 40 as well, but like for example, the Void Strike, that one is to me is positioned as like it's the sniper / elite killer, but in Havoc 40 it has a very hard time keeping up with like other classes because the charge time of this Void Strike is very slow in comparison to other stabs, and like and maybe the damage is not nearly as high as it could be.
Yeah, I think broadly for the staffs that are in the game now, I think you should focus on the Void Strike. Probably the first one that needs to be looked at.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to say too, actually. I mean, think about it, because I think it also as well, like the way that people normally build with the Void Strike also like kind of caps the damage that it can do. Because to me, like how you should really build that staff is you just play into Disrupt Destiny and like beat the sniper. Right. But yeah, like I would like I think every staff should be able to play into every kind of play style. Like Warp Siphon should be good with every staff. I think Warp Siphon should be good, or sorry, the staff should be good with like everything on Power and Sonics. Should be good with every staff on Disrupt Destiny as well. Maybe with like some caveats, maybe, but
yeah, I've seen the Purge staff even do really well, like really good numbers with Disrupt Destiny.
Yes,
which is hilarious.
Yeah. And Empowered Sonics, not even to mention Empowered Sonics. It just does good with everything.
Even Scryer's Purge staff, totally.
Yeah, dude, that's the
it's a jack of all trades, master of all.
Build. That's literally the Dorphin build. It's Empowered Sonics Purge staff. Like, oh my god, that thing is so crazy. But yeah, like I would really love to see like some of the staffs slightly reworked. Maybe they like push like I think realistically like stabs should be like specialized into a very specialized role. Like the Void Strike should just be good at killing elites, and then the Surge staff should be good at sniping specials maybe, and then the other Purge staff is only good at horde clear. Like they should just, because for the amount of that you can spam them, they should just be very niche, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like I would love to see more stabs. Like that's basically what I'm saying. I just want to see more stabs.
Yeah, I think let me know down in the comment section down below what you would like to see for some new staffs. I've heard some things put out there, like maybe like an ice staff or something. Honestly, when I think of new staffs, I think of like Black Ops 2 Origin Zombies. And
Dude,
all the staffs in that game, or like the Rising Drawk from Black Ops 3 and the different bows. Like they have the lightning bow where you shoot it on the ground and then it has this like or like you could have like a wind one where like it has like this like tornado effect that like goes around, and man, there's so much stuff that you could do. But the big question is it 40k lore accurate?
Oh yeah, dude. I didn't even think to
Yeah,
mention that. Like,
yeah,
I wonder if there's any sort of stabs in like 40k that could just be fit for that. I don't know. It's really hard to say. Like, if they can make more stabs or something, because I have no idea like anything about 40k.
yeah. Um, but
Um,
I know
what
Psykers
about
are capable of destroying worlds, so I think it's more than just the staff that they
yeah?
have the powers of. So, um,
Hmm. There's honestly there's some stuff I want to talk about with like what they could change on the talent tree with Psyker as well, like for the staff.
yeah, go ahead.
Maybe like I think honestly a great way to make bubble more viable because if you look at the other abilities, they both now have ways to vent peril. Because remember Scryers, you literally couldn't vent peril with Scryers before, but now it does it and it's so great. It's like such a great change for it. Um, but maybe with like the bubble, they should they should definitely rework so you know how you can put the multiple shield walls up like that one is like that has the potential to be like so amazing to me. Like wouldn't it be cool like if you put down the walls and if they get like hit or something it would like quell your peril a little bit. I don't know, or like
Or
slow down
oh, you're
generation something
talking
like that.
about the wall bubbles.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like I want people to. I never see anyone run those. Like
yeah.
those to me are
Hey,
like the
you
most interesting ones.
run that with the brain burst build, man. Sick.
Oh yeah,
Love
that's
that.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a certified classic.
Like I feel like that kind of bubble was built around maelstroms and having waves of mutants, waves of dogs, because they all just hit the wall because
Yeah.
specials can't pass through it. But I think that if um, it had this effect, like where you could put this bubble down far in front of you, and everything that passed through it had a debuff or something, that'd be really
Oh,
cool.
actually speaking of, yeah, well they do now. They get electrocuted now.
But that's
If
only
you that's like
only a chance that they do. Uh, but like
no,
maybe.
also also specials always get electrocuted, but it
Mm,
takes a little charge off the shield. But yeah, everything else has a chance to get electrocuted. But it's a pretty high chance. But yeah, like I mean, what I'll say is like, to me that's a boring ability. Like, I want something that like actively makes you play more.
mm.
Like I was saying, it's like if it could make you quell peril a little bit or like lower the generation, that makes you play more. In my opinion, just like
Yeah,
um,
So
or if you took the flat shield, that it was kind of like something where if somebody shoots through it, then they do more damage, or like a certain type of damage, or
oh no,
that'd
you
be
know
kind of
what?
cool.
Actually, I didn't even think about this too. They could make the flat shield. They could make it a talent modifier that that makes it so that the like shield is attached to you and it's like the right no oh, no literally like oh what character in Overwatch has that shield that you can move around with? Invincible.
Reinhardt,
Reinhardt.
Sigma, they both have flat shields.
Yeah, all those like imagine if there was a
Yeah,
modifier
that's
that
funny. I
literally
talked to
was
someone
that
about that.
like
Yeah,
dude
that would be
yeah
perfect.
like a perfect way to make Psyker more of a frontliner, more of like a pusher, and then like also
I,
because I remember earlier we were also talking about like de-emphasizing Soul Blaze as well, but like there could be talents that could also like buff just warp damage, but not Soul Blaze damage. I don't know, because I feel like there's this overemphasis of like Soul Blaze is warp damage, so it also gets scaled by that as well.
right.
But yeah, it's like there's a bunch on the tree
So,
that I feel like they could probably tweak around and make staff more interesting as a playstyle.
Hmm.
so I got a fun thing that people in the comments could answer. So I'm gonna send you this, Rock. So these are the names of the data mined staffs. This is from long ago. We don't know if some of this turned into some of the talent trees or not, but we could list these and they can guess to see what they do.
Okay, so we got Rifthaven Mark II, a Pyrocast Force Staff. Pyro, so it could be fire, but
Do we get to answer these?
Rifthaven Mark 6 Shield Force Staff, Psyker. Shield Force. Okay, that
Guild Force? That's interesting.
I was thinking
yeah.
it would be similar to Warrior Priest and Vermintide.
Oh, dude, don't even mention that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is yeah, dude. Imagine like perfect support Psyker.
Nominus
gosh.
Mark 12 Force Staff. Just called Force Staff.
Yeah,
Could
yeah.
be
We
a
have
support staff,
we have no
way.
information other than
Yeah.
this. But
Well, that's just a name. That's
we
just,
can
that's just
speculate.
a name that we had.
Mhm. All right, but yeah, I think that's a great way to wrap it up. If you like this style of video, let me know. We could do more of these. I honestly had a lot of fun doing this, and I think it could be a lot more informative than just showing gameplay and a build. And I think it's a lot more engaging for the community as well to just hear just discussions, like I think us three talking here, like we
Yeah. I don't even think we scratched the surface of it as well. Like there's so much we talked about yesterday
we go
and
on for hours.
before. We were literally like talking about so much other stuff that like I don't even think we touched in this video either. It's like
yeah,
this is awesome. It's a fun topic.
we're just very passionate about this game and want to see it succeed. And I think for the longevity of this game means at high levels
It's
having
best for everybody, yeah.
yeah, just to have diversity. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this video. Show love to AZ and Rip. They went out of their way to help me with this video and sit in on this podcast style kind of video. So
The RawkCast.
yeah, RawkCast. God damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, AZ and Rip, for joining me, and catch y'all later.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.